today's tutorial, we are going to be covering the lunge. We're also going to be going over 4 different variations of the lunge. Lunges are great for developing single leg strength. They're also great at challenging control, stability, and balance when you're doing these movements. Finally, they show up day to day as a very important functional movement that can be used to help you out, get down and up off the ground, etc. So, hope you enjoy. To start off the tutorial, we're going to be going over the split squat. With the split squat, we're actually going to set up our stance before we get going. So there's a few things you want to note. Right up on your toes in the back foot, but most of your weight on that front leg. This is the leg that we're training. So it's important that we kind of put most of our emphasis on that side. Now here we can play around with our torso angle a little bit, but for now, we don't need to be right upright. We can actually get our hips into the picture a little bit. So what I'm going to be doing is giving myself enough room where I can get my knee down to the ground without feeling cramped. So I'll do a few here, going down to the ground, taking a step, and back up. Most of my weight through that front leg. My whole foot is staying on the ground, and I'll do a couple more. I'll show you from the other side as well. Take your time with that stance, make sure you're happy with it, and you can always adjust as you go. I like to emphasize going slower on the way down and more controlled, and driving back up to where I started. So what you can do to load it is actually use a dumbbell as a nice way to do it. And this can be 2 dumbbells in each hand, but I'm just going to show you this version. Go back to this side, and that'll make me stay a little bit more upright as I perform the split squat. And on the other side. The next variation is a forward lunge. So we're actually going to be a bit more dynamic with this, and we're going to be lunging forward, trying to gain stability on the way down and control our descent. So I'll show you a few. We won't do it with weights this time, but again, it's all about hitting the right area, controlling the descent, and pushing us back to where we started. So I'll do a few here. Now we're going to go over the reverse lunge, and that's actually very similar to the forward. Bit more dynamic. However, the leg that's doing the work is going to actually stay on the ground instead of be moving. All right, so we are going to leave the loaded leg on the ground. We're going to step back, take a knee, keeping most of our weight over that front leg. So I'll do a few for you. We don't want to step back too far onto this back leg like that. We want to keep most of that weight over the front leg and just take a knee. And I'll do it on this side. Finally, we're going to finish with a walking lunge. And this is probably the most dynamic version of the lunge that we're going to do today. So it involves just kind of getting a nice stride going and using the lunge throughout. So once again, it's all about control and stability. After you lunge, bring your feet to where you were and keep it going. Control your descent and try to go nice and slow at first so you get that control down pat before you speed this up. I'm just going to show you how to do it with weights as an example. And again, all of these exercises can be loaded to your liking. We're just going to show you holding the weights side by side and doing the same thing. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you learned a thing or two. Stay tuned for the next tutorial.